What's up, guys? This is Lemon Sweet Tea, and I know it's been a little while since I was able to post anything. It's really been almost a year since I posted anything. Been a lot going on. Been a very busy year. Had a lot going on at work. Had a lot going on with the family, stuff like that, and working around the house. I've just not had the time to devote to making YouTube videos. But if you've been missing me, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But if you have been missing me, don't worry. There's more to come. We did get our Crystal River trip this year, and that's coming up in October. And we'll have some good videos coming out of that, maybe some catch, clean, and cook that type thing, or doing just a plain day of fishing. So that's coming up. But between now and then, in the month of September, archery season opens up here in the state of Georgia, and I'm going to be starting to do some deer hunting. And that's a great segue into what I want to talk about today. So today I'm joined by my sidekick. This is Daisy. She's our little Yorkie. She's just loaded with personality. Big old sweetheart. Anyway, with deer season just around the corner, I kind of wanted to go over and kind of talk a little bit about one of the most important tools that a deer hunter has at his disposal, or her. You never know. You might have some. There are some female hunters out there that are a heck of a lot better at it than I am. Anyway, wanted to talk a little bit about my trail camera here. This is a camera that I bought last year, and had a customer of mine that lives in a very tight residential neighborhood, and they are overrun with deer. And I do mean overrun. And you'll see what I mean when we start getting into some of the footage on this camera. She asked me to come down there and do some deer hunting, and I was able to go down there with a bow. That's the only way I could hunt in that type of environment. And I was able to do some good hunting, and we'll go over some of that here in a little while. But as far as anybody who actually cares about the specs of the camera, it's 14 megapixel camera, 1080p, has night vision, infrared, all that stuff. It's a Campark T45. I bought this on Amazon for $70. If you're interested in actually looking for that type of camera, very good camera. And realistically, if I didn't have this in my disposal, I'd have had no idea what all kinds of animals were around her property, and look forward to showing you. So first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am a deer hunter. I enjoy hunting, and this video is about deer hunting. And I understand that some people may not like deer hunting, and I can respect that, but please try to respect the fact that this is a way of life for me. This is not about sitting in the woods killing everything that moves. This is about meat and helping someone who has so many deer on her property that they are considered a pest. Any trophies that may come from this is entirely a bonus. So I put this clip in here as a way of showing the reality of nature, number one, and number two, overpopulation. I have no idea how this yearling was injured, but not long after this, I stopped seeing this deer, and it's kind of a sad thing to see. So the next several clips are all from November the 18th. Did this to kind of show the overpopulation that's in this area. All day long, you'll sit here and you'll watch how many deer pass through this area, and it's dozens, and all passing through an area of property around an acre or so. Put it into perspective, I went to sit out on an afternoon hunt one day, and in about 3 hours I saw 18 different deer pass through this property. And these clips are not even all that I have. I actually lost an entire 32 gig SD card that I took off this camera. The entire month of October, I lost all that footage. So this was the best bunch that I had. finally in the month of December, and up to this point I've made 5 shots, and I've missed every single one of them. I may be confident at the range, but in the heat of the moment, all that really goes out the window. But finally, December 4th rolled around, and my arrow found its mark.
This right here is one of those few reasons that I am happy to be absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, way better.
I was taught at a very young age that, yes, I've been hunting all year long, and I've finally taken an animal. Now the work begins. I had to drag this guy about 80 yards uphill, across a fallen tree, across gullies, to finally get him back to the truck, and where I then took him home and processed him myself. I'm not gonna take a deer to a processor and let them process it for me and then not even get back all the meat, number one, and number two, this not even necessarily going to be the same deer that I killed. That connection that I have with that animal is from the field to my plate. So fast forward about 8 months, and this guy right here over my shoulder is the fruit of my labor. Now this big boy right here measures in at 105.5 inches Pope and Young. And some of you might be thinking, well, that's really not all that big. And by some state standards, you'd be right. There are some states, as you start going a little bit more towards the northern ends, where seeing a 200, 225 class buck's not out of the question. But this guy, you know, for around here, he's pretty big. And he's by far the biggest buck that I've ever had an opportunity at. Pretty good buck for being in a residential neighborhood that has no deer management tactics going on at all. So with that, we are going to wrap up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see all these deer, and look forward to bringing you guys along on the next adventure. And we will see you guys next time.